Hello everyone, it's Monday. That means it's time for another draft video. I bring you one every Monday and every Thursday. We're doing some more Vintage Masters. This might be the last one I record. It might not be. It sort of depends on how much free time I end up having between now and when it stops being on Magic Online. This time, we should not have any of the sound issues I had last time. I apologized for those in the comments, of course. What happened is I recorded the Hanukkah deck tech with Eli Kaplan from Ancestral Recall, and I recorded him on Skype, doing his part of that video. And so I actually turned on desktop audio, which I never do, because obviously you don't want to hear all the sound effects from Magic Online. And then I forgot to turn that off when I actually recorded the draft, so the sound was a little obnoxious. And again, I apologize for that. This draft, hopefully the sound won't be obnoxious, and maybe we'll even 3-0 again. So I'll see you guys when this draft fires. Okay, Gigapede is our rare. That is certainly not an exciting one. It kind of enables graveyard strategies and madness. You can just keep coming back, and it's a huge creature, but basically anything can trade for it. I'm kind of interested in trying to go full-on Astral Slide deck here. You need to get Lightning Rift too, but there's basically a cycling deck in this format. That seems like a lot of fun. So this has a very high ceiling, as does Stoic Champion for the same reason. We also have some Brainstorms, which is cool. Expunge is a really good removal spell, though, and that might just be the right pick. It's like a premium, powerful removal spell. Astral Slide can enable us some shenanigans, but things have to go our way in the draft, whereas Expunge is just, like, good, no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and take it. Yeah, let's start with Expunge. Astral Slide is a close second, though. Okay, Hymn to Turok is nice. The thing that kind of sucks about it is you basically have to cast it early or it's just not going to do anything. Although this is a format where there's way more people holding onto cards than usual. Fledgling Djinn's a nice little aggro creature if that's where we go. Same as Carnophage. Yavimaya Elder's nice because it helps you fix. But I think I'm just going to take the Hymn. Benno's Trapper, also worth looking at. But I think I'm just going to take the Hymn. Have fun with that. It's been a while since I've cast a Hymn to Turok. Lightning Dragon. So here's an Elephant Guide. We may just be mono black aggro, though, the way things are going. Radiant Archangel is cool if you have other flyers. Lightning Dragon is strong, but Echo's kind of a pain on him. I may just take an aggro creature here. We could also try to become a reanimation deck, in which case Putrid Imp's a lot better. If we can fill our graveyard, and there are ways to do it. Black-green is sort of a fill your graveyard deck. Putrid Imp is good for that. Fledgling Djinn is just like a good aggressive creature. So it's either the Imp or the Djinn. I could also look at Elephant Guide, of course, and maybe I should just take it. It's definitely better in the Aura deck, like the one we drafted last time, but I could also take the Trooper and black-white aggro. I don't know. This is a hard pick. I think I'm going to take the Djinn here. Mono black suicide aggro kind of thing. That's definitely a deck here. And Sarcomancy works with that pretty well. So Dauthi Mercenary is also pretty good. Mistmoon Griffin's really good for reanimation strategies. You do have to have the card on top of your library, which you're just not always going to be able to do. But maybe I just go all in on aggro. We do have a power sink here, which is pretty sweet. So Sarcomancy gives us a 1-mana 2/2, basically, which is nice. Dauthi Mercenary is unblockable and can pump its power. It's unblockable except for by creatures with shadow, obviously. I think I'm going to go with Sarcomancy here. Mono black aggro. Can we do it? Well, there's a Carnophage who's certainly good for that. Fallen Ascari is too, but I think Carnophage might just be even better. Scourge Familiar is not bad. Tax Duplicate's pretty good, but obviously I don't think we're playing blue-red. It's a fight effect. So would I rather have a Carnophage or a Fallen Ascari? I think Carnophage. Phyrexian Defiler. Well, there's a Dream Pod Druid. Do we jump on the Aura train here? It's also a Mana War, though. So I doubt we're going to be playing enough auras for Dreampod Druid since we're not also in white. Battle Screech is really good, so maybe we should be mono white aggro, but that's just not what we're doing. I'm kind of leaning towards taking Mana War over like Defiler and Baron Moore and maybe Dreampod Druid. It does take us out of mono black, but Mana War is great. It's a great tempo card. It's good, like, you know, if we go Carnophage, Fledgling Djinn, Mana War, that's a pretty great start to a game. And we are going to take the Mana War here. Ooh, Khazard-Drix. That is a nice aggressive creature. Paralyze is a good removal spell, but this thing is nice. I mean, it hurts you potentially, right? But if your opponent has no creatures, you're in pretty great shape. So, you know, the downside it has is like, well, my opponent has no creatures, so I guess I'm hitting you for 4, you know? So that's pretty nice. Paralyze, like I said, solid removal spell, but I think I'm going to take the big beater instead. This feels a lot like Tempest Block Draft, which had a Suicide Black aggro deck. Okay, well now there's nothing. What? Armageddon. I feel like that has to be worth something. Maybe it's not. And we might even think about playing it. It is worth not very much. So there's a Kenai Aven. I don't really think I want that. I think I am going to take the Armageddon, and we're going to think about playing it. We don't really know what our other color is. Okay, so it's interesting that black seemed so open, but now it's just gone. You definitely take Stoic Champion. We already have one card with cycling, so I think that's just what we do. It's another good aggressive creature. We definitely would want to get some more cycling going. Spark Spray is nice in terms of that. Here's Fledgling Djinn. I think we just take that. It's another good aggressive creature. Yeah. Addle's not very good. None of these cards are very good, honestly. I mean, this is another 1-mana, 2-power creature, I guess. Don't really want Jungle Worm, Tribute to the Wild, or Addle. I guess Addle's an okay sideboard card. I'll take it. Dauthi Mercenary came all the way back, which I am fine with. Rose Faithful doesn't really... I mean, I guess it gains us some of the life we might potentially lose. Okay, black is open. That one pack was sort of an aberration. Goblins seem pretty open too, I guess. I really hope I have more time to draft this format because it's a pretty awesome one, and I really want to draft Goblins, and I really want to draft Madness. The mono black deck isn't really one I was really excited about drafting. The green white one was, and of course we already recorded one with that, and that was sweet. But you know, this is a deck. We wouldn't mind some more removal. Mishra's Workshop. Hello. That's got to be worth something. It's a mythic. It's terrible in our deck, unfortunately for us, but paying for more drafts is good. It's also only worth 3 tickets, which is way less than you would think. Is 3 tickets enough of a reason to take it over like another Carnophage or a Dauthi Mercenary? This is a good reason to go into red, by the way, potentially. 3 tickets. Do I want... I mean, the stuff we're getting isn't incredible. I'm gonna take it for the tickets. Yeah, that just happened. So... Don't really want Death's Head Buzzard. It'll kill a lot of our creatures. We do have Fallen Ascari and Fledgling Djinn. So I have Elephant Guide, which is something we can still keep looking at. You know, it is good in an aggressive deck, obviously, especially with evasive creatures, which we have. Arrogant Worm. You know, if we had some Madness going, which I guess we can find potentially, then that would be a pretty great card. I think I'm probably just going to take a card that's already in a color that we have. And I think I'd rather have the Djinn who can block and can fly. So it's more evasive and better at blocking than the Ascari is. Flanking is nice, but it's not flying, you know. So Djinn it is. Dark Hatchling. Wow. That's pretty good. Question is, does our deck want to get to 6 mana? Mesmeric Fiend's nice. It can disrupt the opponent's hand. I kind of feel like I have to take Dark Hatchling. It's just super good. I mean, Chainer's Edict and Dauthi Mercenary are both fine, but I'm going to take the Hatchling here. Okay. Thalicos Drifters does give us a discard outlet. Don't really want Urborg Uprising. Repel's not bad. Ophidion's not bad. Yeah, Afterlife isn't that good. Rescind is solid. Yeah, this pack's not great for us. We have to pick something that isn't black, which we haven't had to do much of, but we have done it. And I think it's gonna be Rescind. Goes well with our Mana War. Ooh. Serendib Ifrit is not a bad thing to have. It sort of moves us further into a blue aggro deck. Mana War is pretty great. There is a Wild Mongrel here, too, which is tempting. But when I already have Mana War and Rescind, I feel like maybe just taking another Mana War. I think Mana War is probably just better than the Ifrit. We already have a lot of flying threats. I mean, it is bigger than most of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to take another Mana War. I like that card too much. I guess Exile's not bad, but it's not great either. Mana War it is. Okay, I'll take another Mana War. Predatory Night Stalker's not bad, but it's no Dark Hatchling, you know. It costs one less, doesn't have an evasive ability, and it doesn't actually target and kill anything. So, Mana War it is. Man, should have been Goblins. Goblin War Chief this late is a good indicator of that, and we are too late to do that. Chain Lightning this late too is kind of insane. I think we're just going to take a cycling land. I like me some cycling lands, even though right now we're not probably running anything that actually cycles. Cloud of Fairies isn't bad. It's another flying attacker. That's free, basically. That's always nice. Mesmeric Fiend we can use to disrupt our opponent. It's one of those two. Scourge Familiar does give us, you know, a way to madness things, if that matters. I think I'm going to take the Fiend. I think, like, getting a removal spell out of our opponent's hand is pretty sweet for us. So do we want a Carnophage or another Dauthi Mercenary? Well, it's another of both, actually. I guess the ship has sailed on this. Carnophage. Yeah. I'm going to take the Carnophage. Okay. Choking Tethers is nice. It's a nice way to tap down all of our opponent's creatures, or just one, and then swing really hard, and we can cycle it. I don't want Death's Head Buzzards. It kills, well, doesn't actually kill that many of my creatures, now that I'm looking. It kills Dauthi Mercenary and Mesmeric Fiend, and that's it. Maybe I do want it. Yeah, let's do it. Of course, now we have a choice between two of those cards that die, but hey. So we're mostly mono black, and we just want to run Mana War. Because why wouldn't you? We have 3 1-mana 2/2s, which is just insane in most limited formats. That's why this is Vintage Masters. We got a bunch of 2-mana 2/2s. Well, not a bunch, but a few. Some more 2-drops wouldn't hurt, I guess. We're a little low on them. Okay, well here, I think we take Ophidian. We could think about Repel. Not Repeal. I wish it was Repeal. Yeah, let's take Ophidian. I like drawing cards, potentially. So, wow. Okay. I will take another aggressive creature that hurts me. We do have a lot of those. We have Sarcomancy and Carnophages, Fledgling Djinns. That's what Suicide Black's about, except this is Suicide Blue-Black, apparently. Khazad-dûrx potentially hurts us. So we can't end up in awkward situations where opponents just like, kill all of my own guys. Your Khazad-dûrx kills you on your upkeep, but most of the time it's just a very difficult to interact with creature. So if you've never heard me talk about cycling lands before, which I guess if you weren't around when I was drafting Amonkhet block, you wouldn't have. They're all super good. Why? Because they give you insurance on your on flooding, basically. I don't think I want to play this, but we'll think about it. Like, so if you're running 16, 17 lands and you don't need a land, you can draw this land and actually play it. Cycle it, I mean, and you know, that's what you wish you could do a lot of the time when you're flooding, is just throw a land in your graveyard and draw again. That's what these let you do. So that's why they're good. There's also cycling payoffs in this set, of course, though we do not have any. So there you go. So what do we want? I guess more 2-drops would make our deck better. Like, I wouldn't mind cutting this Defiler. I think I'd probably run one Dark Hatchling, like, no matter what. Genesis. Genesis is good. Is he worth anything? I feel like he's like an EDH staple, so that should matter. No, not really. A ticket. There's another Arrogant Worm. So we could take yet another Carnophage. Turnabout's here for like the Storm deck, which is an elusive creature, I think. Spinal Graft is a pretty nice aggressive aura for our deck with several evasive creatures in it. It does have the downside of if our opponent targets our creature with anything, it just dies. But another Carnophage, you know, it's not a 2-drop, but it's not a bad thing. I would like to pick up a way to gain some life, though, the way things are going. Yeah. Let's take Spinal Graft. Genesis is obviously the best card in this pack, but I think we're set on blue with all the Ophidians. I mean, not Ophidians, Man-O-Wars. Famine. Well, that does damage to everything, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Scrivener gets me back an instant, right? Yes. Obsessive Surge. If you have Madness, we've got a little of it. Probably just take Chainer's Edict. Yeah. I think that is the pick. Where are all the black cards now? Skywing Aven's okay, but I would really like some more black cards. I could think about another Spinal Graft. Red is so open. Look at all these goblins. I should have been goblins. I'm sure someone said that in the comments. I know it too. And it makes me sad because I really wanted to draft goblins. Skywing Aven or another Spinal Graft. Or Repel. Let's just take another graft. Let's be crazy aggressive and just try to destroy our opponents quickly. Another Death's Head Buzzard. Nightscape Familiar is not bad in our deck. We do have blue spells that it makes cost less, but not a lot of them. It does regenerate, and it is a zombie for Sarcomancy. There's also a Putrid Imp. We aren't going to be great at getting Threshold, but it does help you get to Threshold. Those are just like a Su-Chi, which is just like a random big creature. I don't hate it. I think I'm going to take the Imp, though. May not make the cut, especially if we have 0 cards with Madness. Goblin Trenches, even. So, Tendrils of Agony, you know, that's for the Storm deck, but we have a bunch of 1s and 2s. Still probably don't want it, though. I mean, we're going to be able to do like 4 or 6 with it, but that's not going to be worth it. So, God, Fire Blast. Should have been in red. Guess I'd take a Predatory Night Stalker. I kind of doubt I'd play it, though. I wish I had Astral Slide, though. Because then I could start getting these guys to use their Into the Battlefields. Man-O-War is doing it. Splashing Astral Slide and taking some cards with cycling instead of what we took seems like it would have been a lot of fun. Probably not playing that. Probably end up cutting Ophidian. We can probably get away with 16 lands. We do have one Dark Hatchling who's kind of expensive, but everything else is pretty small. Probably won't play Putrid Imp though either, though we'll see what happens here. There's another Ophidian, Thalicos Drifters, Blazing Spectre. Wish I could splash you, but I don't really have the means. I guess Ophidian it is. Do we have any other zombies? You're a nightmare. You're not a zombie. How is Death's Head Buzzard not a zombie? Does that look like a regular bird to you? That definitely looks like a zombie bird. Like, come on. But yeah, I guess those are the only zombies we have right now. So we got to win games fast or our own cards will kill us, basically. That is seems to be what we have going on here. I believe in us. Okay, here's some of those aggressive guys. Here's a way to splash red if I'd picked up that guy. But I think taking another good 2-drop seems good. And this time I am going to take an Ascari because we have enough creatures that hurt us. And I think I'd like that more than another Chainer's Edict. We really just want to be like 1-drop, 2-drop, Mana War. Khazra-Drix Mana War. Like, you know, that'll just kill people. And we have the means to do it for sure. I don't know if I'm going to play Rescind in my main board. Mostly because it has double blue and it'll make me want to play more islands than I think I want to. Of course, it can get cycled, so it's probably worth it. Another Spinal Graft, I don't think so. Krovacon Sorcerer. So slow and clunky. Yeah, it lets us draw cards, but we don't have anything with Madness, so I don't think I want it. I guess if I end up in a grindy matchup, which if that happens, we're just dead, it wouldn't be bad to side in, but this can gain me life. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to play it, but it could. Let's take another Spinal Graft. I'm not going to play it, though. We already have one Krovacon Sorcerer. We also have a Killer Whale. This is just like an interesting, because, you know, it's just an actual creature we have in our world, which we see in Magic from time to time. I mean, it looks a little crazier. It's got, like, spikes all over it, but it can gain flying. Like, what's that about? Doesn't make that much sense. We could take another Cycling Land, which I don't hate, or another Carnophage, or the first Choking Tethers. We've passed several Choking Tethers, but it is the kind of card where if our board is just like stacked, we just cast it and we win. I think I want one. It has nice flexibility, for sure. You can use it to prevent your opponent from attacking you. So you can take one attack and one block away from creatures with it. And cycling, it's obviously awesome. So we'll take Scrivener. I don't think we want it. Our deck is not interested. It only returns instants, right? I think we have one instant anyway. So, yeah. But I think this deck looks sweet. I mean, again, this is my second draft ever of this format. The last one being the first. I had some beginner's luck, let's say. My deck definitely came together better then, and it was more synergistic and fun. God, that freaking Chain Lightning. Red is where it should have been. Black was open, but red was too... A black-red aggro deck probably would have been better than what we ended up with. I let Mana War seduce me. It's like, I just love creatures that bounce creatures. It's just such good tempo, but... This one doesn't feel, you know, as synergistic, but it seems like it's going to be fun. But, yeah, I mean, in retrospect, the critique I would give, and that some of you may be giving in the comments, is red was wide open. I should have done that, but I got like 3 Mana Wars in a row, you know? That's my excuse. It's not like we're playing bad blue cards. I mean, we could basically be a mono black deck if we wanted to be. But I think giving up Mana War isn't something we want to do. So I don't think I want to play either of these. I think one copy of this is good. And we may even just cut it. I guess I'll take Su-Chi. What the hell? Yeah, Fire Blast this late. Reckless Charge. These are all good cards for the Goblin deck. I mean, Reckless Charge is good for our deck, too. Yeah. Seems solid, though. I mean, we got some removal. Some of it is creature-based. Have some disruption. Oh, God. I really should have picked up that card to help me splash, huh? If there wasn't already a sign, I should have been black-red. Blazing Spectre Wheeling was it. This might just be our deck. I think we can get away with 16 lands. Our curve is just incredibly low. We got a bit of cycling if we need to be cycling things. We do have the Dark Hatchling, but it's the only card in our deck that costs more than 4. And we really only have one card in our deck that always costs 4. The other one we can cycle. So, yeah. I think this is just our deck. And we bring in our Baron Moore. We have to decide how many islands we want to run. Also have to decide about Rescind, I guess. I can cycle it, yes, but how often am I going to have double blue? I think the answer is not very often. So would it be better to bring in like Ophidian? Or a Putrid Imp? You're not a zombie, are you? You are a zombie. That kind of matters a tiny, tiny bit. I think because it has... I can't decide. Does cycling make it good enough in a deck where I'm probably going to run like 6 or 7 islands? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. We should probably just run another black card. Keep our mana better. And maybe it's just Putrid Imp. I mean, we do have a lot of early creatures who are going to die and get us to Threshold potentially. A little bit of cycling helps with that too. It is another 1-drop. Don't think we want another Spinal Graft, and these both seem too slow. So Putrid Imp it is. I think that's the right thing to do. It wants me to run 3 islands, please. I mean, I don't need to run very many, but wait a second. I think we probably want at least 7. So that leaves us 9 black sources and 7 blue sources. Seems good. All right, well, this is our mono black-ish aggro deck. I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, we're going into the first match of a Vintage Masters draft. We have like a mono black splash blue aggro deck. See if that actually can do well here. Well, not with this hand, it can't. Yeah, we're just sending that one back, obviously. Okay, this one's pretty good. Turn 1 Carnophage, turn 2 Fledgling Djinn, late game Dark Hatchling. Do I want another Fledgling Djinn? I mean, it definitely ups the clock pretty quickly. I'll be taking a lot of damage from my creatures, but, you know, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, I'll just leave it on top. Would be better if we were just straight up on the play, of course, but what are you going to do? All right, so, yeah, we're going to go Carnophage. If we get to the late game, we have our Dark Hatchling. And I hope we do get there. Ooh, yeah. being monocolored isn't great for us here. Our opponent doesn't know we are, but if you play a Carnophage on turn 1, pretty good chance you're monocolored. I wonder what he's going to take. I mean, the hatchling's definitely like you know, if we don't manage to win the early rush here, which is what we're going to try to do, this is going to sort of help us win in the late game. But taking away one of my 2-drops, it's not too bad either. Not too bad. Yeah, they're thinking hard about it because, you know, if I only had 1 2-drop, it would be easy. It would just be Fledgling Djinn. But when I have 2 of them, it's like, oh, come on. Which of these do I want to take away more? We are going to pay 1 life. There's a Putrid Imp. We're going to attack for 2. Get in for 2, drop our opponent to 18. And then play the Fledgling Djinn. All right, well, they didn't play anything, which is good for us. Granted, you know, we're sort of racing against our own creatures. We're going to pay 1 life for Carnophage. I don't get an option with Fledgling Djinn. Do I? Cat. Okay, attack for 4. Drop them to 14. I'm going to play this other swamp first because I already know we have it. And I'll play Putrid Imp. It's not going to have Threshold anytime soon, but what the hell. Oh, Expunge is so bad against us. That's frustrating for our opponent. At least it has cycling. I mean, that's what keeps it from being completely terrible. Okay, so we're going to go to 15 here. Drawing all the lands, which means we'll be able to play Dark Hatchling someday. They may be about to tap all my guys down with Choking Tethers. Yeah, they are. All right. Play this island. Opponent hasn't played a creature yet. I mean, I think they may be a cycling deck. They may just be a control deck. Which... Okay, well, the best you can get back is Choking Tethers, so that makes me a lot less worried than I would otherwise be. I mean, you know, it's good, especially when my creatures are damaging me, but he has to wait a turn. Our deck definitely could use some life gain. We don't have any. We were almost tempted to take a Tendrils of Agony, is how desperate we were for it. I don't think I'm going to attack with the Imp. I might block Carnophage here. I would have had to discard a card for attacking with the Imp to be worth it, and I didn't think it was, but here's a zombie to add to the party. So we're only 1 mana away from our hatchling. I am worried, like, we really wanted to win this game a lot more quickly. Our opponent playing Choking Tethers made a pretty huge difference, honestly. Like, that really slows the game down. And he's going to do it again. It's almost like, should I just let Carnophage be tapped? Ooh, Spinal Graft. Don't really want to use it this turn because I know my opponent has Choking Tethers. So we're just going to go to combat, and I'm guessing he's going to tap them all down. Yeah. And I don't think I want to play it right this second either way. Well, maybe I do. Let's go ahead and just play Spinal Graft on Fledgling Djinn here for next turn. Okay, we're going to go to 9. We're 1 mana away from Dark Hatchling. God, if they have more Choking Tethers, we're in trouble. Because our creatures will kill us. Okay, there's Dark Hatchling mana. Let's go to combat. God, really? Choking Tethers is too good against us. That's what I'm learning. Jeez. So I could play Dark Hatchling. My opponent knows I have Dark Hatchling. They are tapped out right now. And let's just do it. Kill that thing. Choking Tethers. Ruining my life. Burning me. That's interesting. I may just choose to tap Carnophage. There's enough direct damage in this format. Oh, Fire Blast for the win. Yeah, direct damage versus Choking Tethers and a bunch of burn. I mean, our cards that damage us versus Choking Tethers and a bunch of burn is not so good. I don't think we can run Spinal Graft at all because Choking Tethers will just destroy us. Might be worth it to run Addle, but our opponent is so multicolored that I don't know that that's great. Yeah, I guess Ophidion's not bad. Our opponent is low on creatures, and drawing extra cards seems good. Let's go Ophidian and Skywing Aven, I guess. Wouldn't mind an early Hymn against this person. Or a Mesmeric Fiend. I mean, we have enough disruption already. That's better than Addle. Hey, there's some of that. We'll keep it. Is Mana War going to be any good here? Seems like our opponent is just creatureless. So it's hard to say. Do I play turn 2 Djinn or turn 2 Fiend? I'm not sure yet. That's a nice turn 3 we have there. We definitely attack with this. I think I'm going to play the Fiend. So we can figure out what's going on in our opponent's hand early this time. Okay, they have Wall of Diffusion, which is annoying. Death or Torture. Opponent loses 4 life. Psychotog. That's, oh god, they got a lot of creatures this time. So we do have Mana War, so there's that. They don't have any red mana yet. They don't have any black mana yet. They do have Animate Dead. I think I just go after Animate Dead because, yeah, let's just hit Animate Dead. And I will end my turn. We need them to not draw that other color of mana that they need. Oh, what? It's not cool, man. It's really not. I think we go Mana War, number 1. Bounce the dude. Attack with both these. And end our turn. Psychotog. Do I just Mana War again? Attack for 4? I think that seems reasonable. Maybe we'll draw a third Mana War. I mean, it's tempting to play these flyers, and we're going to at some point. But I figure while we can, getting in for this damage and making our opponent have to recast everything seems pretty nice. Yeah, he's going to play Psychotog again. And this time we don't have a way to bounce it. We're just going to play a big flyer. We could make him fly, but it doesn't really seem worth it here. I mean, I could make him have to discard a card if I attack with like both Mana Wars. But that doesn't really seem worth it. No. So far our aggro deck experiment, which, I mean, again, you know, this is only the second draft I've ever played of this format. But I know that mono black aggro can be a thing, but it's having a tough time against this particular deck. That's for sure. So Death gets more votes, if Torture gets more votes. This is an annoying one because it really only affects me. I think we're going to pick Torture. They chose Death. Yeah, we don't want to choose Death twice. I don't think we're going to choose Torture, which will make us lose 4 life. Right, our Ifrit hits us. Ooh, that's really good right now. Opponent's board's empty enough. Killing either one of those feels great. Yeah, so we're gonna attack with our Ifrit. I mean, obviously I'd rather kill Psychotog, but you can't have it all, you know. I'm guessing the Familiar goes to his graveyard. Yeah. And we'll play Synchromancy and get a zombie. Figure I do that instead of Carnophage because it actually gives me... I won't take damage unless he kills this zombie, which could make a difference based on the late game burn our opponent was sporting last time around. Okay, Serendipity Ifrit hits us again. We haven't seen Choking Tethers yet. I'm sure it's going to come up at some point. We're going to go to combat here. And here it is. Just cycling it, interestingly. I think I'm going to attack with all of my 2-power creatures here. Yeah, we're going to attack with everything that has 2 power. I could give this flying. Doesn't really seem worth it right this second. So he has to take like 4 here. And if we play Fledgling Djinn, we're pretty close to lethal next turn. If he blocks, as I say, if he blocks, he has to exile some stuff from his graveyard. And that is what he'll do. But we get in for 4, which is very relevant. It actually will be lethal next turn. If we play Fledgling Djinn and we discard a card for our Imp, that will be lethal next turn. Question is, do I just like empty my hand here? I think I probably do. Maybe hold on to this land to discard for my Imp. All right. So we're going to take 3 damage on our upkeep, but our opponent has to do a lot to not die to our assault here. Yeah, that Chainer's Edict was nice. How good is our Expunge here? Not great. We haven't seen a lot of targets for it. I'm sure our opponent sided theirs out, although this game they saw Serendibit free, so maybe they bring it back in. Manowar feels so bad to have to use as a removal spell on, but this doesn't, because obviously it's a very aggressive attacker. All right, looks like we managed to aggro our way to a win that time. Thanks in large part just to Manowars and Serendibit Freet. See, we have our own choking tethers. Is it any good here? I mean, cycling, it's okay. Is Death's Head Buzzard any good here? We have a lot of cards that I'm like, should I be doing something else? I mean, I feel like, yeah, I don't think the Buzzard's great. I mean, I guess it's evasive damage, but it'll do more harm than good. I think another Ophidian, like our opponent just has no creatures, so Ophidian seems pretty good. We can think about Rescind. I think we leave Expunge in. It has cycling after all. So, you know, what's the worst that could happen? Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, our opponent does have Psychotog, but which Rescind could be really good against, I guess. That's something to keep in mind. If we, well, actually, this is our last game no matter what. This is another good hand. We have 2-drop aggressive creature, Manowar, 4-drop, very difficult to block creature, although he will damage me a lot, I feel like, in this matchup. They'll see what's going on with our opponent, though. Yeah, we'll keep our hand. We could also just play this guy. All the evasion. Thawing Glaciers, nice. Wow, we get our turn 1 Putrid Imp again, which I don't hate. I mean, it's going to get in for some damage. And in the late game, he can fly. He's like never going to get Threshold, which is sad. But, okay. You thaw those Glaciers. As I say, I think something happens, and yeah, it goes back to their hand. So attack. It is a pretty amazing card for fixing in a control deck like our opponents. We just have to try to punish our opponent for, you know, spending all this time tapping things over there. We just need to smash as much as we can. Would have rather had that on turn 1, but what are you gonna do? Okay, Addle. I can name Black. But we do have our Manowar. Can't touch that. And I don't know what I would take. I guess Dauthi Mercenary is kind of scary for our opponent. I don't know. Khazad-dût is too, but it's almost certainly going to be hitting me for 4 a turn as well. You know? So... And Sarcomancy is not that scary at all. So it comes down to the Khazad-dût or Dauthi Mercenary. Dauthi Mercenary, yeah. I mean, that unblockable damage is not fun. Okay, we go to 19. There's Baron Moore. I could think about cycling it. There's to attack for 3 first, though. And I'm going to play Sarcomancy. We need the 4 mana relatively badly, but, like, we'll get it. Although I guess just being able to play Khazard-drix on turn 4 is a big enough payoff that, yeah, I'll just play my Baron more. I hate playing cycling lands when I don't, you know, when I have to. So if they play creature, we can Mana War, obviously. If they don't play anything, we smash them for 5 and play Khazard-drix. So there's their red mana, which they didn't get at all last game, and that was nice for us. So this time we have Fire Blast and the one with cycling to deal with. So we're going to get in for 5, it looks like. After we take 1. We drew the land anyway. That's never fun. All right, so we're going to attack for 5, drop them to 11. And we're going to play our Khazard-drix, who has a very good chance of hitting us in the face. But he'll hit harder. He'll hit our opponent. Our opponent has less life. We have Mana War if they play a creature. We just have to be worried about, like, choking tethers is going to be really bad because Khazard-drix will hit us for a bunch of damage over the course of a couple choking tethers. So, but I still think the right thing to do there was to just play Khazard-drix and force my opponent to spend their mana just trying to survive, basically. But yeah, we're taking 5 every upkeep right this second. Yeah, I think they have choking tethers. The bastards. Card's so good against us. And all of our self-damaging. If I'm desperate, I can Mana War my own Khazard-drix. A Rabbit Beast. Much better than the other Rabbit Beast Vizardrix. They're playing something. Ooh. All right, so they're going to nuke the whole board momentarily. Yeah. Good to know. We are taking 5 here. God, I wish I had a way to destroy that artifact. Drawing a land is not what we wanted in a situation where our whole board's about to be wiped out. Drop them to 2. Yeah, whatever. I'll hold on to all the cards in my hand. Freaking Navinrial's Disc. Opponent's control deck is sweet. We don't have any way to do direct damage. We've just got to draw like another Dauthi Mercenary type creature. But obviously our opponent's going to pull like way ahead if they just like disc us here. And they're going to. They're just waiting for my creatures to damage me first. Not another land, please. Oh, God. All right, it's time for you to use your disc. They're going to choking tethers first. Jeez. That's not cool, man. You're going to let my creatures do as much damage to me as possible first. Which makes sense. So my creatures will put me to 3 now. And then they'll use Navinrial's Disc. Which, fun fact, if you didn't know, a name of an employee at Wizards was Larry Niven, and they put it in the reverse order. Okay, well, that basically means I'm dead. Oh, man. Our own creatures are going to kill us this game. Wish I could flash in this Mana War. Yeah, our own creatures will kill us. Choking Tethers is brutal against us. Like, we're doing so much damage, and then our opponent's like, Choking Tethers. The deck seemed like pretty legit, though, as far as aggro decks go, so I'm not like completely disappointed. We got close, and we did win a game, obviously, so we'll see how we do in the next match. All right, we're going to the second match, and this is a mulligan. It'd be great if we had just one swamp, but we can't count on that. Oh, come now. Okay, this one's all right. I mean, if we can just go like Fallen Ascari, Spinal Graft, and just ride that to a win, you know, that could happen. Could also not happen. So let's see if our opponent has an early counter spell for us. They don't. That's not the worst news for us. I'm not actually going to play Spinal Graft yet because I'd rather just play out Dauthi Mercenary and keep the clock a-going. Between Chainer's Edict and Mana War, our opponent being in a situation where they seem to be mana screwed is not... we can really abuse it, which is surprising since we mulliganed to 5, you know. They might counter this. Yeah, they do have... I thought maybe they have Counterspell. Alright. Still not Spinal Graft time. There may never be Spinal Graft time against blue. It should have maybe been in my sideboard. Because just the idea of choking Tethers makes me want to die. It makes me want to choke, even. Alright, we take 1. We're a mana short of you, Visordrix. We're just going to attack with both our creatures. Drops our opponent to 12. Now what? Nothing, I think. Okay, draw some cards. Ramp, sure. We want you to be spinning your wheels. Okay, well that's more than spinning your wheels, but I guess it's okay. He can't effectively block either of these, obviously. So, I may just play both. I mean, attack with both and play Mesmeric Fiend. Yeah. See what's going on over there. Skywing Avens, Serendib Ifrits, Deep Analysis, Circular Logic, Repel. None of these creatures concern me a whole lot. I think I'll take Repel. The reason they don't concern me is between Mana War and Chainer's Edict. Yeah, we'll take Repel. So they probably play Serendib Ifrit now, in response to which we play Mana War. Ooh, and we drew another one. That's living the dream. That's living the dream. So we're gonna bounce that guy. Attack for 4. Flanking makes it impossible for him to block that. Not impossible, but pointless. And we'll end our turn. Hold on to our next Mana War. This time he's going with... He can go Skywing Aven, Serendib Ifrit this time. Interesting that he chose not to. I guess it's because he wants to be able to use this ability. I don't know. Oh, circular logic. Sure, everyone's still gonna attack you. Yeah. All right, you go to 2. We trade those guys off. In my turn. Opponent's definitely Blue-Green Madness. Oh, Mana War? Who does that? There's a 4th land. But we really want more black mana more than anything. So I'm going to attack with my Mana War. My opponent basically has to block with their Mana War. Yeah. If we ever get black mana, we're going to be able to go wide enough to just like end this, but without the black mana, we can't play enough spells in a turn. If you don't play another creature here, Chainer's Edict's just going to win me the game. Yeah, I think we just win now. Thanks to Chainer's Edict. All right. Well, the aggro was real there. You know, I never played Spinal Graft because I was so scared after how it fared the first time around. So we could think about cutting one of them, maybe. That said, Buzzard seems good against them. They have several X1s. Ophidian didn't seem bad. Let's cut one of these graphs for an Ophidian. All right, I think that's a keep. Just play a bunch of guys. That's the goal. Of course, turn 1 Fyndhorn Elves is annoying for us. But we're going to play Carnophage right away. I'm going to go Carnophage, Fledgling Djinn, Serendib Ifrit, and see if we can just, you know, out-aggro our opponent here. God, Wild Mongrel, I hate you. It's almost not worth paying because I can't block with him and I can't attack. So we're just going to let him be tapped. You get tapped, buddy. Let's play Evasive Creatures so we don't have to worry about that stupid Mongrel. Hey, Ophidian. Oh, just put one of those in my deck, man. This time we are going to pay the life because at least it can block Ophidian. Okay, so we'll attack. And play our Serendib Ifrit and in our turn. Mana War, yeah, that is effective. I heard. We'll just take 2. Opponent may Madness or Root Wallet into play here. Yeah, they do. God, help us. Our creatures are going to jack us up this time around. couple sources of life gain would have been really nice. That expunge is nice, but it can't kill freaking wild mongrel because it can change colors whenever it feels like it. Yeah, so I think I play Serendib Ifrit and Putrid Imp here. Man of War. They're doing to us what we did to them. Man, it's heartbreaking. Okay, so we are going to do some trading here. Our opponent's going to get to draw a card, though, so yeah. Just like a couple sources of life gain is really what this deck's missing. Hey, Khazad-dût is really good, actually. Do I leave my Fledgling Djinn back now? Just feels so wrong with what we want our deck to be doing. I think we do. I think we have to leave it back and we'll play Khazad-dût. If our opponent plays another Man of War, we're screwed, but yeah. Once our opponents can start like attacking us effectively, our deck quickly runs into trouble because of all the damage it does to itself. Where's my Death Shadow, you know? Yeah, so we at least made them stop attacking. But now I think that means we can attack. And I would normally want to play like both a Djinn and this, but I guess that's a race we still win, but not by much. Our opponent just has to disrupt us a little bit. Like if I play Ifrit Djinn here, I take 3 on my upkeep and go to 4. And it's not really a race I can win because Khazad-dût is going to be the only blocker. So I think we stop the turn there, and yeah. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. Deep Analysis out of the graveyard. Does put them at 11, which I guess I'm not like upset about. Yeah. Okay. So our opponent can just discard enough cards to kill us, so we have to block Wild Mongrel. Looks like we may be going down. We go to 4, then we go to 3 from our own Djinn here. What a surprise. We drew Khazad-dût. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. So, I guess Rescind seems pretty good. It's pretty funny against, you can set up situations with the Mongrel where you just take the damage, and then your opponent like discards their whole hand to kill you, and you're just like, Rescind. Excuse me. It's also Ophidian, of course. But yeah, I don't think I really want to change anything. Where's Choking Tether's been when we need it? I would like to play first. This is a solid hand. It's actually a very good aggressive hand. If our opponent can't answer, this is going to be a game where we can just, like, our 1 drop is really efficient, our 2 drops really efficient, and our 3 drops really efficient. And this 1 drop won't hurt us. How about that? Get them in there. Finned Horn Elves, Llanowar Elves, whatever it is. Drawing Manowar is not bad either. Even though our deck's like mono black aggro, I feel like Manowar is probably the MVP so far. It's a card I love, so I'm a little biased. Probably put it as the thumbnail for this video, actually. So they're off to another one of these slow starts, and that is pretty good news for us. Yeah, draw some cards and stuff. Do that stuff. Meanwhile, we're going to smash for 4. So they can play Manowar now, but like, it's not the biggest concern in the world if they do. We can play Manowar too, man. Oh, War. Just a Skywing Haven. Right, you guys both punch me in the face. I think we play Manowar here. Bounce the Haven, attack with everything. Does he throw the elves in front of the zombie token? He does. Only after cycling, though. All right, we'll play Putrid Imp as well. End our turn. What else they got? It's got to be something better than Skywing Haven. Not really. None of those really are. So I think we're in pretty good shape. Do I want to give you flying? I don't think so. Maybe I do. The Dauthi Mercenary is going to be great for the last few points of damage. And the Ascari is going to be less good. I can't play both this turn anyway, so let's let's discard the Ascari. And just attack with everything. So the only thing this can block is my zombie token. So that makes them take, yeah, okay. They go to 1. The question is it worth it? Like, with this much of a board advantage, should I try to hold on to a card in case my opponent sweeps the board? Especially when I have flyers already who can get in for the last damage. That's the question here. My opponent can bounce things, and I guess that's obnoxious enough. They're blue-green. They don't have a board sweeper. So I'm going to play Dauthi Mercenary in my turn. You may have Choking Tethers plus Waterfront Bouncer. Well, let's find out. You know, by not discarding a card there, oh, he's going to repel that. I don't think it matters, though. It doesn't. We're going to get there. yeah, I mean, you're doing all this stuff, but why? Just to say you did it all, just in case? All right, we won our second match. Yeah, our deck definitely seems sort of hot and cold. Like when we get a curve out like the one we had in that game, it's pretty hard to beat us. If we don't seem to do great. But at least we've won one match. Hopefully we can win one more in our final match. All right, we're going into our final match, and we would like to play first. This is a much slower hand than most of them that we've had. But it isn't bad. I think I keep it. We have some early disruption and then some nice creatures. We do need to draw another swamp at some point, but I believe in us. We've never cast Expunge today, which is really weird. I think the one time we had it, it was like we were screwed anyway, so what was the point? Probably going to cast it this game because we don't have much else to do, especially if we don't draw a swamp. So them killing our Buzzard when we have Mesmeric Fiend in play obviously is not ideal. So our opponent's mono white aggro. Brilliant Halo, Gust Cloak, Cleric. Oh god. We do have Expunge for one of these bastards. I think I'm going to take away the Trapper. And my turn. I guess they're red-white aggro. Don't really feel like playing Mana War here. Nah. I'm just going to end my turn. Leave mana up for Expunge. If he plays Piana, we definitely want to expunge that. Because that is not what we want to be dealing with. We will take 2. Piana, I would guess. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to expunge that. I could Mana War it, but let's just get it out of the way. God, we really need that other swamp. Playing Khazard-drix would be great. We are going to get in for 1 here. Khazard-drix and Dark Hatchling are going to be pretty great. I mean, Mana War is going to get played to buy us some time. You know, bounce whatever it is they play right now. If we don't draw a swamp. If we draw a swamp, I think I just slam Khazard-drix. And Mana War will be used a little later. God. Why? Smash for 1 again. Both of our aggro decks are kind of sputtering. I mean, his is because of disruption. Mine is because I can't draw another black mana. I have all my double black cards in my hand. Am I not running enough swamps? I think I have 9 black sources at least. I might even have 10. Yeah, we thought that might happen at some point. So, the joy. Well, could be worse. I'm going to attack with Mana War. And then I'll play Fledgling Djinn. We're 1 black away from playing Dark Hatchling too, obviously, which would be good. Okay, we will block the Harrier. It just runs away from combat, so, you know, nothing happens basically. So there's no reason not to do it. Oh, God. Oh, Death's Head Buzzard. You're going to be pretty good. He will get back his Beneless Tracker, but... Dear God. Okay. Well... I guess I'm just going to attack with both of my... We're pretty much dead, though, like when he untaps. So, yeah, I'll just play the Ifrit and pass. Because he can untap and make so many tokens that it just doesn't matter. You'd think... I mean, I guess there's the concern that, yeah, there we go. That, like, somehow I can stop it. And Death's Head Buzzard would do a good job of that. But... it's not really working out for us right now. And we're about to take 2 from our own creatures. Good, more shadow. Where are you at, Death's Head Buzzard? I need you. There's the swamp. Does it make a difference? I can't really play the buzzard. I'm just like dead if that's what I do. I'm probably dead no matter what I do, but I can at least kill this thing. But then he can move Brilliant Halo to here. My own creatures would then kill me. Yeah, no reason to show him we have Dark Hatchling or anything. We'll just scoop. Yeah, we did not do a good job early in that game at all. Opponent did not seem to have much removal, so I think Spinal Graft is going to be right at home here, finally. We just need a 1, 2, 3 curve out hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I am only running 9 black sources, and 10 probably would be better. But what are you going to do? I will play first. Ooh, we haven't gotten to him anybody yet. That's going to be fun. We'll keep it. We'll play Sarcomancy first. We'll take less damage from it in the long run than our buddies Carnophage 1 and Carnophage 2 here. And then next turn we'll just him. Mulligan to 6. Mulligan to 6. Do it. Go to 5. If somebody mulligans to 5 against him to Turok, they're pretty dead. We're off to a much better start this time, though. They do have that tracker who will be pretty good against Spinal Graft. Benevolent Bodyguard. Well, they're down to 6 cards in their hand. I think we should make them lose 2 of them. So we're going to attack. This time we have no blue mana, so we're probably going to draw like 3 Mana Warders in a row. I feel it coming. Yeah, we're just going to him. Ooh, Rites of Initiation and Beneless Trapper. Nice. Didn't hit a land. It's a pretty good sign. Now, well, I said it. There's our first Mana War. All right, so we're going to attack. And then play both our Carnophages. And then Spinal Graft is going to be our plan next turn. Even better would be drawing blue mana. Our opponent can make the creature have protection from blue. So that's something to keep in mind. There's our buddy Piana. All right, we are going to cycle that. Okay, that's not horrible. It's probably a better place to put Spinal Graft in the long run. So next turn, our opponent can attack us for 3, 5, 7. We can drop them to 9 here. They'll drop us to 10. Then our own creatures will drop us to 8. You can also do some annoying provoke stuff, which is not really what I want to deal with. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with everything. If I had mana from Mana War there, obviously, like, bouncing Piano would be incredible, but that's not how it went, so. Okay, so if they go all out here, I feel like we can probably win on the back swing thanks to Spinal Graft. But we'll have to see what our opponent does. They hit us hard here. Yeah. 7. And they can provoke one of my creatures if they want to. Oh yeah, they're going to kill the flyer. They can make it... If this is how they're spending their turn, though, I think we're pretty happy because we can just go... Oh, this will be at 1 if we play Spinal Graft, won't they? I have to block. He can spend the mana, or they can just trade. I'd rather they just trade. Just trade them. I don't know. For a second, I thought I would be happy if that's what he spent most of his mana on this turn, but the problem I have is that I can only get in for 9. I do take 1 less on my upkeep. Silver lining, you know? And I'm only taking 5 right here. Yeah, okay. That is how he's going to spend his mana. I don't know why it's showing 2 of that, but it doesn't really matter. They just bounce off each other. Not bounce off each other. His guy kills mine. And we take 5. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's all damage dealt to and dealt by. So now we just win. All they've got is 1 red mana. Why did he even bother? That was weird. I think I was reading it as prevents damage, period. He should have just hit me with that damage because he didn't accomplish anything. Okay, so we're just gonna... We have 10 damage already. Interesting. Playing Spinal Graft is probably just an unnecessary risk. Because if he has Lightning Bolt and we play Spinal Graft, we lose anyway. I don't even think Lightning Bolt's in this format. I think it's Chain Lightning, which is a sorcery. Yeah. All right. Let's attack with everybody. Get in there, everybody. Oh, God. I just screwed up basic math. I thought I had 5 creatures for some reason. I had to play Spinal Graft there. God, I'm stupid. That was like the worst mistake ever. I overthought it. I should have just played Spinal Graft and our opponent would be dead. But now they attack us for 3, 5, 7. And I die to my own creatures on my upkeep. Whoa, not necessarily, actually. Because I don't have to take the damage from the Carnophages. Okay. Okay, we're not quite dead. But we should have won. So that is... Oh. Wow. Okay. All right. In my turn. I don't know why I counted 5 creatures with 2 power. Other than that, I'm an idiot. We might just lose here, which is really frustrating. Because I should have just won. So we'll leave we'll let one Carnophage tap if we're allowed to get to our turn at all, by the way. We may not be allowed to. God. I almost hope he has something in his hand that would have screwed me either way, but oh. Yeah, we lose. That is That is one of the worst, most embarrassing losses I've ever recorded. So, yeah, punting's fun, right? Okay. Well, that was the difference between 2-1 and 1-2. That one stupid turn when I could have played Spinal Graft. And look what he had in his hand. Well, you know, most other people would have won that game, but not me. I'm unique in that way. All right. Well, I think I'm actually going to have time to record one more of these. Hopefully one where I don't make such a big mistake. So there'll be a third Vintage Masters draft. And then after that, we'll see what we do, whether it's Ixalan or Vintage Cube. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry that this match ended the way it did, and I'll see you in the next draft video.